boxheads. Hey, listen, I feel like I haven't made a video in forever, and it's because I haven't. And I feel so disconnected, it's kind of weird. But I haven't made a video only because I don't have anything to really work on. I do have something we're going to do today. It's kind of a small project, but I kind of just want to give everybody a shout out, say what's up, let everybody know I haven't forgot about you, and we are not stopping the work on the Mustang whatsoever. I've just been really busy. A lot of things going on with the family, a lot of things going on at work. Just super busy with family stuff, but I have been driving the hell out of the car, and that's what I plan to do. So I really wanted to get the car, running, driving. We've accomplished that, and now I've just been driving it. So I've been driving it to work. I drove it today, and it's starting to get warm here in Texas, but I got AC, so I've been driving it, and that's always cool. But I have not stopped working on it. I just don't have anything that is worth any material. I've got some parts, got stuff laying around I got to get rid of, but the next big thing is going to be engine modifications. I haven't put this on yet either because I'm really wanting to look for a set of heads, and really just trying to plan on what to do with the engine, because that is next. I mean, the car, I've gotten used to the power, or what little power it does have. I've gotten used to it, and it's, it's feeling pretty slow, so it's time to put some power into it. I'll tell you guys what I want to do, but I know as soon as I say it out here on the internet and everybody hears about it, you know that it'll probably never happen, or 6 years down the road it'll happen or something. But turbo kits are getting pretty cheap for these cars, and you could pay for in some cases, but in some cases you don't. I think with a proper turbo and some piping and engine management, short block, everything else goes along with it, that would be the car I really want. I want to build. So I have been eyeing turbo kits. I have been eyeing fuel management systems. That's one thing I want to make sure I take care of before I put any power adders on it, is to how to handle the 1986's ECU and lack of mass air problem. Do I convert to mass air, or do I just keep it speed density? And truthfully, there's a lot of really good speed density computers out there. There's a lot of computers that you can put onto the car that have aftermarket harnesses that you can rewire everything, and switch out some of the sensors with GM sensors and Bosch injectors, and then wire pre-wire everything to the computer. So it's a self-standalone ECU and engine management system. Or they make systems that are plug and play, and they piggyback, and they use your existing harness. You just plug in a new ECU and controls it. So anyways, we'll talk more about that later. Today we do have something to work on. I'll show you what I got from LMR. Nothing big, but something I've been wanting to kind of do since I got the car. One small feet pads for the pedals, because mine are worn out, so we're going to throw those on real quick. This is needle gauge paint. Inside of this box here is gauge overlay kit. Now, it's not white. Sorry guys, I'm not doing the white thing. We're going back stock. That's how I like it. And we'll be taking a look at these guys here and putting these on. So mine are faded, and I'm hoping just this, along with the paint, will freshen up the gauges. And yeah, so I've never done this before. We'll go through the instructions and we'll see how it looks. Okay, so I got it pulled in here, and notice the proper amount of brake dust and dirt on my new wheels. Yep. So, like I said, I've been driving it. I'll probably drive it maybe 3 times a week, and on the weekends and stuff, or 2 times a week at work and a few times a weekend. So I do drive it. Anyways, before this job, I took the T-top off so we can get a little bit more, hopefully a little more light in here. I'm going to try to put a better light, and we're going to get this dash pulled out, get the gauges pulled out, so you guys can see it. It's not that bad. Actually, you can't see it. It's too dark in here. But it's not that bad. But it'll definitely brighten it up, especially on this end of the gauges, where the sun has pretty much been beaten down on it, through the passenger, the driver's side door here, and it's kind of faded a lot of the gauges and a lot of the, the lettering on it. So the white's not white, and some of the orange needles have turned almost like a really light orange, almost white too. So yeah, so this is really easy to take out. Let's get some light in here. Okay, so I got a little bit better lighting here. I don't know if you guys noticed, I did go ahead and dye the dash. So it is the same old crappy, cracked one. But I did go ahead and painted the same charcoal gray, as I did the center console, so it doesn't stick out like it used to, being all like light gray. But I'm not really gonna make a how-to video on how to remove the gauges, guys. I think everybody knows how to pretty much do that. It's just screws up on the top of the dash and along the bottom side of it. The whole dash pulls off, and then this front fascia here will pop out, and then there's some screws holding the dash in. We'll need to pull that out and to carefully remove the 2 electrical connectors and the speedometer cable behind it to get the cluster out. And we'll get it up on the bench and take a look at it. So now we just got 4 screws here on the corners, one there, there, and we've got one here and there, and that should get the cluster nice and loose. However, you don't want to go yanking on it once you get these 4 out, of course, because the electrical connections are on the back. So I've taken this out once before, and last time I took it out, I polished the lenses on it, polished the plastic up on it with some automotive polish, some rubbing compound to get some of the fine scratches out. So actually the lens is in pretty good shape. It's not really foggy, but and now that we got it here, you can kind of see the shape of the gauges as well. So you know they're faded. I mean, I don't know. We'll see much big difference there when we get the new ones in, but you can definitely see that you have a hard time really telling the yellow or the orange and the white apart. So it's just all kind of faded, and the white's not very crystal white. And the real reason I'm doing this is just for clarity. I want to be able to see the gauges a little bit better in day and night. So this will help, along with some new bulbs. I do have new bulbs in it, but I know you can get LED bulbs, and I'm not doing that today, but that'd probably be a good time to do it right now. Go ahead and switch these out with LED bulbs, and yeah, that ought to brighten it up quite a bit. But I'm not really much of a fan of switching out to the white one. The white ones would be obviously easy to read in the daytime, but I don't know, man. Just for me, it doesn't really match the look of the it doesn't really match the look of the car. It's not period correct, you know. I mean, it look cool. White, nothing wrong against the white ones. If you guys have white ones out there, it's cool. I like them too, but I'm sticking with the black ones. Okay, so you can see this isn't. It's obviously off, and the trick now is getting enough room to slide your hand back there and easily undo the connections. And I'll have to put the camera down for this here. Okay, we got these guys on the bench. You can kind of see the condition of them now. They're really in good shape. I mean, they're not that bad. But if you compare them to this kit, and I'll go over this kit in a second. But this is a kit, and this will fit, I think, SVOs and GTs and pretty much all Mustang models, 83 to 86. So it's got different. It's got your your 140 mile an hour speedometer. Your standard looks like 85 here, which we'll be using, of course. And let's see here. Yeah, there's your 140 in case you have a 140 speedo, and all the other ones in here. But if you just take a look at this next to it, I mean, we'll see how it looks when it's in there, but it's obviously a little bit brighter. So this has, orange lettering here for the kilometers, and I honestly didn't even notice that that was supposed to be orange in the middle. It looks white to me. So yeah, this ought to look good when we're done. And read over the instructions, see how they say to properly put them on. Yeah, so another reason why I wanted to make this video is just because I can't find these online. Maybe I'm looking in the wrong places, but this is just simply instructions on how to install overlay gauges on 83, 86 Mustangs. And I looked everywhere. I really want to get an idea of how to do this before I got them in, so I can get an idea of what to do. But anyways, we'll read through these and I'll give you guys a quick rundown of how to do it. But yeah, instructions. Okay guys, so I found we got to take these 7 outside screws off. There's one here, there, here, in the center, and one over here. So we take these 7 screws off first, and it looks like it's going to be a 1/4 inch. And I just found a socket. These are not very tight, so you don't need to actually get a wrench or anything on these. You should just undo with your hand like this. The spot, don't lose them hopefully. Five. Okay, so all 7 of these removed, and this should lift off. Reveal the gauges. There we go. Now's a good time to get this cleaned up a little bit too. So that lifts off like that. Okay, while we got the cluster, or we got the cover off, I wanted to show you guys where the diffuser is that makes your lights red. And they're here, there, and there. And there's some, I think on the other side, yeah, there's some back here as well. So this is what actually glows the surrounding area red, and you can see where there's a lot of improvement to where these could be a lot brighter, mostly because these likely get faded and they start getting a little bit dull and they don't let near as much light out as they used to. So I don't know, it'd be nice to see if they actually replace these. You could probably, you know, put some sort of a different cover on, or even take these off completely if you wanted to, but I want the red light to shine through, so we're gonna leave them alone. But this is where you probably want to get a really fine brush and try to get some of the dust off, because you'll never really going to get back in here again, you know, unless you take the cluster all apart again. So now's the time to get the dust off, maybe brush it off, use a little bit of you know, a little compressed air. But these needles, you can see, are just absolutely super fragile, very, very, very tiny, and will bend really easy. So you don't want to go crazy, you know, wiping this off. In fact, the instructions say to use a lint-free cloth and wipe it down. I wouldn't personally touch it. You probably do want to get, you know, make sure it's clean, just so the stickers adhere to it. But you want to be very careful cleaning this stuff, because you could easily bend the needles. So I think what I'll do is try to find a really fine brush and maybe a just a little bit of compressed air to get some of the fine dust off. And then I think what we'll do, since I do have needle paint, is we're going to go ahead and paint the needles now before the new one's on. To me, it doesn't make sense to put these on and then paint the needles, because, you know, you may get orange paint on the new ones. So we'll get to painting these and wiping it up. Got my air compressor turned on real low here, and just a little bit of air. This is the paint that I got. So LMR does sell needle paint. I probably overpaid. I'm sure it's way too much for what I paid. You could probably get this up at a you know, a model shop store or something like that. But anyways, this says keep in a Ziploc bag and shake well, so we'll see how this stuff works. I'm gonna go inside and see if I can't find a kid's brush or something. Okay, so I was shaking this up nice and good, and it does have a brush inside, so that's cool. I didn't have one. I was about to use a kid's brush, so good thing we're not doing that. So what I'm going to do is get just a piece of paper, gently put it back behind there. I think this may take a few coats, but I'm going to take this real gentle here. That looks better already. See, these are so fragile, guys. Wipe some of this excess paint off so it doesn't drip. Okay, so for the bigger gauges here, what I've done is taken a piece of paper, kind of cut a slot in it, and the idea is we can slide it under. Like that. Now you notice that there's just a little lip there. We don't want to get that. That section right there. I'm going to try not to get that, but I don't think it's going to hurt too bad if I do. It's just where the needle is sitting on. Okay, so it looks already quite better with just the painted needles. You can see how much brighter and orange that one looks compared to that one. Dry really good before we attempt to put on the bases, but man, what a difference just the needles made. That was pretty good, just the needle paint there. So we'll let that dry and we'll start putting the bases on. Now for this, we're going to need some soapy water, just a little spray bottle. So I'm going to see if I can't go inside and find something to spray this down with. I need to make sure that the needles are really dry. But the soapy water will give it a little bit of play, let you slide it in place. Then once the soapy water dries, it'll slip down. I'm nervous about this. We'll see how it goes. Commandeered one of my wife's bottles for some feminine thing. I think it's a body spray. I cleaned it out really good. and it just sprays a fine mist. Put a little bit of soap in here, so it's a little bit just soapy water. And this is what we'll need to spray onto the back of the face here to make sure that these, you know, can slide in place. So the instructions do say, you know, basically after cleaning it off, and you know, if you're going to paint the needles, I guess paint them, whatever, to go ahead and start peeling these off, and you just slide the needle through the hole. So you'll see this is the one we'll be putting on our 85-mile-an-hour face here, and basically all you do is just punch out the holes, or after it's, you know, peeled off, you just slide the needle into the hole and kind of slowly, easily, gently wrap it around in place, and then press it down in place. So yeah, I don't know, I'm thinking about doing this on a bigger one before we do a small one, but then again, this one is a little bit more important because it is showing my miles per hour. So let's go ahead and get these stickers out and take a look at them all. We got our speedo, fuel oil, amp temp. Comes with a turbo and oil pressure. I guess not sure what the difference is. It's like the same. This is for the turbo car. SVO. So we'll put that over here. Comes with a 7K tack, 8K tack, 6K tack. And is that another 85-mile-an-hour? What do we got here? It is. Okay, so this is a... okay. So anyways, we'll need the 7K tack. Look at the color difference, guys. Pretty difference. And yeah, looks like it comes with an 8K. Looks like a 6K. That's the different motors. And this is identical, I think. And go ahead and spray this with solution. Soap and water. And you're going to carefully slip. This is a lot easier said than done. It looks good, and it looks pretty straight, but if you look, we gotta get some of these air bubbles out here. Make sure you have the right tack, and make sure you punch out the holes for the screw. Ooh, you know what? I just realized the difference in this, guys. This does not have the light indicator for my brights. So that is a problem. I don't think I have two 7K tachometers. We have a 6 and we have an 8. And we have a 7. However, this does not have a hole cut and punched out in the middle of the 4.5 here for my brights indicator. That little square right there is for the brights. So simply putting this on is not going to give me a bright indicator. So, LMR, are you watching? Look really close here, guys. I don't know if you can see that on camera or not, but this does not have a cutout right there for the brights indicator, like an 86 or my 86 does. So, okay, so after thinking about this, what I'm going to do is go ahead and lay this on, and we'll be able to press down and hopefully see the indentation of where the bright is, and we'll take my X-Acto knife I've got up here, and we'll try to cut around it and make sure we get that cutout for the brights. But man, that's kind of disappointing. It's missing a cutout for the brights indicator. Okay, so there you have the gauge overlays installed. That one's still drying a little bit. Yeah, I think it looks pretty good. It definitely brightened them up a little bit, and let's place the overlay on it. Let's place the cover back on here, the lens here, and see how it looks. Yeah, it looks pretty good. So definitely wouldn't hurt to go ahead and replace this plastic. It'd probably be a little bit more visible, a little clearer, but I definitely accomplished the goal in brightening up the gauges, and the white is whiter. The needles are definitely oranger. So I'll get this guy buttoned up, and yeah, we'll get it installed and see how it looks. So obviously putting it back in is the same way as taking it out. Yeah, overall pretty smooth, pretty easy. If you guys want to do it, go for it. Especially if your gauges are in worse shape than mine. Mine weren't in that bad shape. That's kind of a little skeptical, but I don't know. I think overall looks pretty good. We'll see how it looks when it's in the car, though. That'll be the ultimate test, right? Okay, guys. So 2 days later, I got the gauges in and the pedals. When I put the gauge cluster back in, the contacts on one of the ribbon cables, the foil contacts, bent over and caused a short. And anyways, it was causing my fuel gauge to be completely pegged, and so I had to take it out, back in, a couple of times to get it to work. But anyways, it looks good. So there you go, new gauges, new needles, or gauge overlays. And also while I was out, I managed to accidentally bump the speaker grill and put a big hole in it, so that's always cool, right buddy? Not very cool. And new rubber on the pedals, so it's the little things, I guess. But we're about to go to where, bud? Where are we going?
Uno.
Where are we going?
Uno.
I don't know why he does that. Only on camera.
Uno.
Only on YouTube videos he does that. We're going to Albertsons? Be for real.
Albertsons.
What we're going to look at.
Cars.
And we're going to get what to eat.
Hot dogs.
Okay. Or burgers, I don't know. Anyways, the needles and gauges
Uno.
makes quite a difference.
Uno. Uno. Uno.
Say bye.
Uno.
Say goodbye.
Uno.
Say goodbye.
No.
I'm just going to rename the YouTube channel Uno. 1. Peace out, guys. Hopefully next time we'll have some performance mods, something more interesting to put on the car. See you guys.